I am Reverend Sharon Dunn, your Alberg, senior minister here at the Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. And that was the One Love Band. Oh my goodness. Yay. You know, I get so caught up in their beautiful music, I have to come back to the room. And I also want to say that today is the anniversary of when Larry started doing the demolition on the center, bringing water into the room. And so that was a year ago. And I also want to say that that next week is probably our last Sunday in this room. And that we will be in the sanctuary from then on. So on the 18th, it will be our first Sunday in the sanctuary. Now, mind you, it won't be completed, but it will be
we'll be able to use it.
A labor of love, and we'll be able to see the progress each week. But we're very excited about that. We want to thank Larry, of course, for everything he does. And I will say a plug for Larry, if there's anyone next Sunday, and that is any of you online can come into the center, we're looking for some help for him to move our TV into the sanctuary after service next Sunday. So if that is something that you can help with, that would be wonderful for Larry, yes?
Yes.
Okay. This is very, very exciting. And of course, we all have our cell phones off. This is a new month, a brand new month, so we have a new theme. Now, let's go over this as we do the first of the month. We have our Grand Rising, which is our annual theme. We have our August monthly theme of Unstatus Quo, and today's topic of the impact of othering. We're going to learn about othering today. So we are celebrating birthdays. So who has a birthday in August? That's a birthday, okay. And I know there are more, and we have a cake today. Who brought the cake today? Cookie brought the cake today. And I believe it's a special birthday. Isn't there a special birthday in August? Isn't someone turning 80? Carol Moore! Woohoo! The big 8-0, yay! So we're going to have some fun. Now, I didn't want to celebrate our birthday, which is August 7th. Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living was legally a thing on August 7th, 9 years ago. However, we didn't want to overshadow Carol's 80th birthday. We're just kidding. We were going to celebrate our birthday on the 18th when we're in the sanctuary. So look forward to that celebration. So I think we're just going to, Leo's like the stage. I believe there's another Leo in the room who didn't raise his hand, did you?
July.
Oh, you're July. Okay, still a Leo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And they like the stage, so we want to give plenty of stage to those Leos.
We love it, don't we, Doug?
Yes, we love the attention.
No. Well, Doug was born in July, so that doesn't work. Any demonstrations this week? What is a demonstration? It is answered prayer. Kathy.
Well, I moved way out of my comfort zone and took a big, epic vacation to Europe. I met my son over there, and I'd never been there. And I treated for it to be safe and wonderful. And I'd never left my pets for that long, and I treated for all of them to be well taken care of in my house. And everything worked out better than I could imagine.
Oh my God, that's wonderful. Okay, I think we can all start treating for our vacation to Europe because we now know we have mental equivalent of what that could look like. A mental equivalent, that's what we call it. We have a mental equivalent.
I have one too.
Oh, please.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you have your own. Yes.
Okay.
So this is just a demonstration about abundance, because that's what we've been working on a lot, haven't we?
Yes, we have.
So as you know, we're moving into the sanctuary. It costs some money to get in there. Costs some money for our center to grow. So just an interesting thing that happened this last week. I got an email from SMUD, who is our electrical company. And we have a credit of $101.
Nice.
How does that happen? Thank you, Spirit.
Thank you, Spirit. Ooh, Spirit is good. God is good. Okay. Any other demonstrations? Okay. So let's look at our vision together and join with me as we say our vision. We are a welcoming sanctuary community where all are accepted, valued, and supported in the global family. Our mission, we inspire personal and global transformation through the teachings of science of mind, and our purpose is in joy and love we connect in service to all life. That is wonderful. And so we are going to go a little bit deeper, a little bit deeper. there is one, called by many names. Allah, Jehovah, the Great Spirit, avatars like Buddha and Jesus, called by principle, love and light and harmony and peace, joy, life, abundance, wholeness. It is the Creator creating creation, out of which I am that is. And I know this in the one mind that is my mind to use. So I know that for each of us. And I know that each of us know that together, that this spirit, this beautiful, loving source, the only source there is, connects us to each other. That is the purpose and the reason and the why for this community. This is a spiritual community, unity. And today, as we talk about unity and oneness, as we walk our talk in unity and oneness, we appreciate this service, this music, the message, all the volunteers that made this happen. I'm so grateful for this morning as we open to the celebration of the one. So I release this word into the law, knowing that it is so, and together we say, and so it is. And now for our readings. These readings today are from Ernest Holmes, the author of the Science of Mind textbook that we use, author of many books, and the founder of our teaching. And he says, while all people have the same origin, no two are alike, except in ultimate essence. A person is an individualized center of God consciousness and spiritual power, as complete as they know themselves to be. And they know themselves only as they comprehend their relationship to the whole. Each person is a center of self-conscious life. God is the life principle animating us. While this life principle is forever hidden from our objective view, we are continuously conscious of its existence in us and animating all nature. The relationship between the life principle and that which it sustains is self-evidently one of unity. The highest perception of humankind has been our sense of this inner oneness with the Spirit. And last, God is life, not some life, but all life. God is action, not some action, but all action. God is power, not some power, but all power. God is presence, not some presence, but all presence. God is pure spirit, filling all space. And now we have the delight of our One Love Band. I believe this song is an original.
Yes.
I am holy. I have grace in days like these. Fire. I choose high.
Are we blessed? Thank you so much. That was really beautiful. It's beautiful. So today we are talking about the impact of othering. Othering. You know, I took a class from a grand teacher, Reverend Michelle Wadley, on forgiveness, and she impressed upon us so many times, there is no other. There is no other. Because, you know, we'd bring our complaints. No, you know what she did? You know what they did? You know, I just can't get through. I can't. And she'd be like, yeah, well, there's no other. And so I want to talk about what that means. You know, the idea also of the impact of othering on the unstatus quo, which is the theme here, is the status quo is what we know. It's where we're comfortable. We know how to do status quo. We know what we're expected to wear. We're expected to how we're supposed to act. Who's going to show up? How, you know, we just know the status quo, and the status quo is what we know. Well, today we're going to talk about beyond the status quo, because that is where we are going to get out of our comfort zone and into a zone of creativity, right? This is the newness in our life that we want to open to. And so, are you able, or will you be willing, or even willing to become willing, to open your heart this morning to something you don't know? Something that you would like to know, something that you would like to experience that is beyond your wildest imaginings, and you don't have a plan for it, and you don't need to. This is just you opening to what is more, what is possible in your life. And so this teaching, as you well know, is something that Ernest Holmes talks a lot about, belief, and we work with belief. It is the faith that if we have an intention for something that is good for all, that is done in love, and you know, it will happen. It will happen, right? And so he says in this book, this Love and Law, our book of the month, there is only one thing that I ask of you, and that is that you will believe absolutely that this thing works. If you do not believe it works, it will not work. Because everything is belief. Everything is mind, and all operation is thought. And there is not a law in the universe that is not the power of mind in action. And there never was, and there never will be. Mic drop. And so we're going to talk about othering, oneness, and unity. And the principle that I bring, which is from our Declaration of Principles written by Ernest Holmes, kind of what we believe is what we call it. We believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. We believe that. And the practice I thought we could do this week was to send silent blessings to those you come across. Send silent blessings. Now, I invite you to consider those you come across, even on TV, maybe in the news. You didn't think of that, did you?
That's a hard one.
Can we do it? It's a hard one up until now. Because if we say it's a hard one, it's going to be a hard one. So what we're going to say then is, oh, that's so easy. That's so easy, so easy. Yeah, that's so, yeah. So what is othering? Othering is a social phenomena, and cognitive process in which individuals or groups are viewed, treated, or perceived as fundamentally different, separate, or alien from oneself or one's own group. Are you othering? Anybody? Anybody have an other group? Ew, look at them. Really? It involves creating a us versus them. Anyone do that? The reason I am talking about this every Sunday in any creative way I can imagine to bring it is because we are working for this country and for the world in consciousness. So what we're doing is together we're learning each week how we can up our game, how we can do even more towards shifting and influencing the energy happening right now, which looks like predominantly othering. Does it not? Does it not? Okay. It's the act of othering that we categorize and try to make sense of the world. It's not a bad thing. We're human. We have to look around and say, am I safe? And then we also look at groups and we watch the things happening and we get scared for our group. Well, we're not going to do that. That's not going to happen to my group. It's a way to protect ourselves, to protect our identity. I'm thinking that we identify, as we studied last month, our truth identity, our religion is love. Our science is quantum physics. Our philosophy is Emerson and all of the great philosophers bringing us together self-reliantly, right? Well, I think it's time for us to shift our consciousness into what more can I do? And what more we can do this week is look at where we are othering, where we are us and them. By perceiving others as fundamentally different or alien, we reinforce our group's superiority. We do, don't we? And distance ourselves from potential threats or challenges to our beliefs and values, our core beliefs. If we feel like our core beliefs are challenged or we are threatened, we are going to really up our othering. And it's normal. It's normal human behavior. But it is not normal spiritual behavior. So, we can really look at this. How can I be more spiritual in the world? Because in spirituality, we identify as love, oneness, unity, wholeness, abundance, joy. And we like to think that we can control ourselves and others through othering. Do you ever feel like it's so fun to be in control? There's this. Do you have control issues? I know I don't, thank God. Seeing the challenges others have could be a very scary experience. I don't know about you, but I've been pretty scared lately about the future. I'm scared about something that hasn't even happened yet. I just want us to recognize the impact this has. It is causal. meaning that it is creative, meaning that we co-create our experience and our life. Yes? And so we do not want to be co-creating otherness, othering, when it's in the forefront of what we see everywhere. Is it not? We can be easily influenced by othering. Good morning, welcome. So glad to see you. So I am going to, a couple of weeks back, I talked about heaven. Do you remember heaven when I said heaven is within us and it's here right now? It isn't some place we're going to, or that if you're good you get in, if you don't, you don't. Heaven is a consciousness. It is really, like when they were playing that song Holy, didn't you feel like that was heaven? Mm-hmm. That's what heaven feels like. This is what heaven looks like. And so today I want to talk about hell, because I think we need to know what that means in our teaching. Like, are we going to this place where it's, hot? Oh, yes. Yes, we are. It's going to be 103. And I imagine hell is probably, that. But in our teaching, I want to share with you what hell means. Hell, and this is in our definitions, in our glossary, in the Science of Mind textbook, hell is a discordant state of being. Now listen to this. A belief in duality. A sense of separation from God. Now remember, if we are each an incarnation of the one, created in the image and likeness of Spirit itself, then we have to be the I am, do we not? And so being separated from each other, isn't that also included in this definition? A belief that our good is always to be and never is. Hell is not a location. And this is another thing he says. I do not believe in hell, devil, or damnation. Praise the Lord. In any future state of punishment or any of the strange ideas which have been conceived in the minds of mortal people. God does not punish people. There is, however, a law of cause and effect which governs all and which will automatically punish impartially and impersonally if we conflict with its principle of harmony. So are you getting the idea of who is creating hell? Okay. Hell again, Hades, this is Ernest Holm, Sheol, symbolic of the lower plane of consciousness. The torment of experiencing that which contradicts truth. Are you getting this? Mm-hmm. We are in hell when we're othering. And what are we creating? A higher temperature. The only hell there is that I ever expect to experience is in my own mind. And I am gradually overcoming it, and it is hot enough. That was from a lecture he gave. And last, many believe that the Bible teaches that there is a literal hell. Nothing could be further from the truth. What the Bible teaches is the law of cause and effect. The Bible teaches that all unkind and negative reactions must be purged from the mind. I love this. This is where we get the idea of purgatory. It means a purging of the mind. Isn't that wonderful? It tells us that the pain of this mental purging can be likened to the fires of Gehenna, which was a place outside the city of Jerusalem. Ernest Holmes was a Bible scholar. And this place is where they burned the garbage. Isn't it? I'm like, I can do this. I understand each week, as we are evolving towards what we can do as a community to lift up our country and influence our leaders, this is another step, is it not? To see ourselves as one. And I actually want to talk about unity and oneness, because I had this idea of, like, what is the difference between unity and oneness? And so I was researching some of the definitions of unity and some of the definitions of oneness, and I realized that when I say we are correlated in quantum physics, we talked about that in class yesterday, when we say we're correlated, once correlated, always correlated, and this is part of our teaching, part of our science, I often thought I have to picture things in my mind. I have to understand, what does that mean? And I would say that before time and space, we were all correlated. All of humanity. All of humanity that has ever existed and will ever exist. And I would say that we were correlated before time and space in unity, before time and space, before the Big Bang, before we arrived here. So we were already connected. And we are not disconnected unless we are othering. And I thought, well, we're connected in unity. Well, we're also connected in oneness. Now, what's really in my mind, as I'm thinking about this, I'm thinking that first, we're correlated in oneness. Because remember, oneness doesn't have to mean sameness. But in the beginning, we are all one. And then in unity, we become individuated. And we can agree with one another and work with one another even when we're different. Does this make sense? Mm-hmm. Now, we're always one in spirit. One. But in unity, we can be quite different and working together. This is what I propose we do. I propose that we are constantly holding our country, every race, every gender, every identity, everyone in unity. And that we are working towards what? Experiencing principle. See, principle means nothing, yes, unless we're experiencing it. Then it becomes real. Love, harmony, joy. I'm thinking of the music this morning. So our job then, our purpose is to consider in all we do, all we say, in our deeds, our actions, consider first our oneness and our unity. And then I believe diversity and inclusion will be natural. Mm-hmm. It's a process, yes? And if we can understand that there is no other, and just make that your mantra. There's no other. Mm-hmm. As soon as you hear something that is offensive, there is no other. And if I'm hearing something, and if I'm reacting to it, it lives in me. Mm-hmm. Now, as spiritual translators, then you can say, ooh, if that lives in me, then I have my spiritual practices to heal that. Remember, there's nothing to be healed, only God to be revealed. There's nothing to be healed, only spirit to say whatever is comfortable for you, whatever resonates. There's nothing to be healed, only oneness to reveal. There's nothing to be healed, only unity to reveal. There's nothing to be healed, only love to be revealed. Isn't that? And we can meet every situation, circumstance, and condition with love. We can neutralize hate, send it back to the void where it came from, because it's not anything that was created by the one. We have free will. Remember, we get to create hate. Go us. Ernest Holmes says, oneness, in mind there is no time, no space, no place. There is only wholeness, oneness, and eternity. You know, Ernest Holmes used to, he was so seeped in principle. You know, he was married to Hazel, who was a practitioner and an intuit. They lived like that in Venice, with lots of people coming into the Institute, or sleeping on the sidewalk in front of the Institute or down the street, where he would go and get them and bring them in and nurture them so that they could hear, so that they could be lifted up. He didn't see other. I want to live there. I want to live there. And remember, when we're recognizing this is inherent. You know, we are denying things that are not true, like hell, or heaven, or a punishing God, or being God-fearing, or we're learning. No, that isn't actually going to work. Those ideas aren't going to work to create the things we want to create. I personally want to save the planet. Anybody else? Mm-hmm. I have a 7-year-old, she's 7 now, a 7-year-old and a 10-year-old grandchild. You know, when I was a kid, I never worried about the planet. Mm-hmm. I only worried about the belt. Mm-hmm. Where did that come from? We didn't worry about that stuff, did we? You know, did you?
Well, I grew up in the 1970s, and that whole thing about the ozone layer scared the daylights out of us. Because it wasn't like a future thing that was going to happen in 50 years. It's like this could happen in 10 years.
And so very good point.
Yeah,
very
so
good.
There's this real big focus on that in the 1970s.
Well, yeah, and I was born in the 50s.
Okay.
In 1950, to be exact. I barely missed the 40s.
Okay.
So I love your perspective, because when I was a child, I never had to worry about those things. And I don't want my children, and I'd love to see them have children. I think there are even people that are afraid to have children, because they're sort of afraid of what am I bringing them into. And that is a very sad state of affairs. So I'm going to conclude here. These ideas are for collective engagement. Can I convince you to join me here? Because it really does mean that I have to self-regulate and monitor my behavior. Watch what I say. Because what we say is backed by belief. Yes, what we say is backed by belief. You know what someone believes by what they say. Oh, I'm too old. Oh, my aching back. I'm against that. Ernest Holmes asks us to be for something and against nothing. So just reframe. It's a reframe. It's a higher idea. And that idea is causal. That idea is creative. Meaning that it causes something to happen. It causes, we are in a planet, we are in a universe measured by energy. Energy doesn't go anywhere, it just changes form. Can you imagine? We can change energy. But it is about understanding who and whose we are. And I don't care what your religion is, or your politics, or your country of origin. What I care about is, can I influence my world with love, unity, oneness? There is no other. Let us pray. There's only one power, one love, one abundance, one wisdom, one intelligence, one mind. The body of God is all creation, and I am that is. I know from this one mind that I use that all of us are connected and created in this likeness. I am that is, and therefore I am power and love and unity and oneness. I am wisdom, intelligence. I am beauty. I am wholeness. This is my truth identity. I know this for myself, and because it is known in the one mind, it is known to all. And I bring it to the forefront of my mind, because what we give attention to expands. I collapse from potential into particle, love and light for all humanity. I walk and talk and have my being in this behavior called loving kindness. And it makes a difference. It changes the world. It helps the planet. It cools the temperatures. I am so grateful to know who I am, to know what my purpose is, to live and to love. I am so grateful to surround myself with people who join me in this purpose, in this vision, in this mission. Because in the next few months, our country will benefit. Our children will benefit. Children all around the world will benefit. Animals will benefit. The forests will benefit. I am blessed to know this awakening, this realization, this recognition, this unification. I am grateful for answered prayer. I simply release my word into the law that always says yes, knows exactly what to do with my intention, and makes it so. And please agree with me as we say, and so it is. Ashe.
But a song we sing feels the way we die. You can make the mountains rain or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing and you may not know why. Now, Tony, brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some may the grass. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks the door, there at your command. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people now, smile on your brother. Come on, people now, smile on your brother, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Try to love one another right now. Try to love one another right now.
Come on, people now. Smile on your sister.
One more time. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Come on, people now. Smile on your brother. Everybody get together. Try to love one another right now. Try to love one another right now. Try to love one another right now.
You guys are amazing. Do you think we planned this? That was perfect. Come on, people now. Smile on your sister, everybody. Right? All right, it is our offering time. And what we are offering is an opportunity to give. And we live and have this place because of your giving. And we appreciate it. Now, we don't have a P.O. box anymore. We have our own mailbox. And so you can do your giving in many different ways. Where's that I'm an online giver thing? That was really cool. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This I'm an online giver, and you can just use your phone to scan that. If you have a phone or in any other iPad that has a camera, you can scan this, and it'll take you directly to our website where we can accept your donations. Yes? So go on our website or mail or what. Thank you so much for your generosity. So let's do our affirmation together. In consciousness of abundance, I give freely, knowing that I am freely given to. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. Yes. And thank you, Cookie, for passing the basket. We also have a prayer request line on our website, so please send us your prayer requests. We'll pray for our prayer team. We'll pray for a week, and that's where you get the demonstrations, so take advantage of it. We love to pray. We did have our first class yesterday. It's our first Saturday classes where we have a class on the first Sunday of the month. Saturday. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
Ed, what would I do without you?
I'm here for you.
Oh, thank you. First Saturday of the month, so it's an 8-week class or 8-module class, so it will end in March. But you don't have to start from the beginning to come. Please come, because it's very, it was very, very good class yesterday, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can learn about spiritual mind treatment at your own pace. And you can use me during the month with any questions, or if you want to practice, or if you want to understand it better, I'm there for you. This is my favorite thing to do, is spiritual mind treatment. It is our affirmative prayer. And so please come. Oh, this is exciting. This is exciting. Bev is going to come. She did have her workshop scheduled earlier on, and bless her heart, she and Greg got COVID, so we rescheduled them to the end of the 25th. They're going to come and be the music, the message, and then there's a workshop that will be so wonderful for you to attend. Bring your lunch and come for an hour, and you're going to do some, she is a fiber artist, and so she's going to get us fibering.
Yeah, we're gonna tear material.
Yeah.
And make knots.
And then we're going to create a hanging for our center. So come and let Bev, work her magic. I'm going to turn this over to Edna because she's so good at this.
My name is Ruth.
Edna McMahon.
I know.
Johnny Carson's sidekicks.
But for today, anyway, so you can see up there, we're going to try something really new and different for us. We're going to do a spiritual arts and wellness fair in September. We're excited about it. It's the first time we've ever held one of these, but we think it's going to be exciting and fun. There are flyers back there if you want to take any and share those with anybody that might be interested in coming. There's also a packet for vendors. So what we're going to have is different types of vendors here in booths, outside and inside, so that we're hoping to have spiritual type vendors and wellness vendors. So they're going to be here to show different things. We're also going to have the band here singing. We're going to have some food. And so it's going to be kind of a great connection with our community here in this area. We're hoping for maybe some community businesses to come and have information here too. So if anybody's interested that wants to be a vendor, please give them a packet. This will also be available on the webpage at some point, hopefully this next week. So yeah, it's going to be fun, and it'll be kind of a community get-together.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
And it kind of really depends on us, as everything does here. So, if you know of someone, we're going to have some booths in here. I think this will be the quiet area where we might have Reiki or yoga or something in here. But we're hoping that people will then be able to see the sanctuary, kind of hey, here's who we are and here's where we are. So, and also, gee, are you Rotary or Toastmasters? Would you like a beautiful room that you can do, talks? So we want to make sure we get some people subletting and helping us,
With our abundance.
There it is. So we are a community center. Thank you, Edna.
You're welcome.
Aka, Ruth.
Thank you.
Here is our affirmation for you for the week. Say with me, I step into action to create an inclusive world. Isn't that a great affirmation? And you can see these talks archived on the website. So if you forget the affirmation, you can see it again. So let us pray us out. Then we're going to have the closing song. And then, what kind of cake are we having? Carrot cake. There is, again, only one. Unity. Love. I am so grateful for today, knowing that that is who I am, and that is who I am in the world. Each of us leave here today filled up with love and a commitment to loving one another. The one commandment. The one commandment. The most important commandment given to us at the Last Supper. Love one another. And so it is.
So it is.
Please please join us in singing this song. I'm sure you all know this song very well.